Hi, Parkway Manor. Welcome back to some more of Toys Go Out. It's Tuesday, May 26th. I hope everyone had a nice long weekend. Last time we read, Plastic, the ball, got to go to the beach. And some not so great things happened. First of all, Stingray was very jealous and insisted that he should have gone. And what Stingray did is decided to prove that it could float. So Stingray hopped in the bathtub and sadly sunk. Luckily, Lumpy and Sheep rescued Stingray, though. Now, Plastic was having a great day at the beach with the little girl until they were playing a game of keep away and the ball got tossed into the water and Plastic started floating away and was eventually recovered by a dog who I thought was cute. Plastic thought was a shark and actually was kind of scared to death. So between Stingray and Plastic, they did not have great experiences. To top it off, if you remember Plastic, the ball got popped from the dog's teeth. Luckily, the little girl's mother was able to patch up the hole, and Plastic is almost as good as new. So that's kind of where we ended. Let's begin, or should I say continue, with Chapter 5, How Lumpy Got on the Big High Bed and Lost Something Rather Good Looking. Every night, Stingray goes up on the high bed to sleep. Lumpy, Plastic, the one-eared sheep, and the toy mice all stay on the floor. The bed is a nice place to be. It is a warm patchwork quilt and 4 fluffy pillows. On the table next to it is a glass of water and a stack of books. Every night Stingray gets to cuddle with the little girl. Stingray even goes under the covers. Lumpy has only been on the bed for short visits, and Plastic has never been up there at all. "Why you, every single night?" asks Lumpy when Stingray comes down one morning to play on the shaggy rug, where he, Sheep, and Plastic are sitting around doing nothing. "Why not me?" "You have to be clean to go in the bed," says Stingray. "There can't be crumbs or peanut butter up there." "Well, why not Plastic then?" "You have to be furry," says Stingray. "Balls don't ever go in beds." "It used to be me before she came," mutters Sheep. "I don't care," chirps Plastic, who's been spending much of her nights rolling down the stairs and then bouncing up again 3 at a time. "Do you want to come watch me on the steps, Lumpy? I roll down like a race car." "Not really," says Lumpy. "I've seen you roll before." "Oh, it's totally different on the stairs," pleaded Plastic. "It doesn't seem fair," says Lumpy to Stingray, "that you get to go on the high bed every single night. What do you do up there anyway?" "Oh, private stuff," says Stingray. "You know, between me and the little girl." "Well, why don't I get to do private stuff?" "Sorry, it's not like I have a choice. The little girl takes me. She wants me, I guess, because of how much she loves me." "Well, she loves me too," says Lumpy. "Of course she does, just not enough to go up on the high bed. Don't feel bad." Lumpy turns his tail to Stingray and pretends to be interested in a bit of orange fluff he sees on the rug. "Lumpy?" Lumpy nuzzles the bit of fluff and doesn't answer. "Want to go look out the window?" Lumpy mumbles quietly to the bit of fluff as if he doesn't hear. "How about watch television?" He doesn't answer. "We could play marbles." The fluff is taking all of Lumpy's attention. It takes up all his attention for the entire day, and he won't talk to Stingray at all. The next morning, Lumpy starts looking at the fluff again as soon as Stingray comes down from the bed. He looks at it all morning, all afternoon, and all evening. He does this for 6 days. On the 7th day, Stingray comes down and pokes him in the shoulder. "Know what?" she says. "I have an idea for getting the girl to bring you up on the bed. Do you want to hear it?" Lumpy stops looking at the fluff and looks at Stingray instead. "We can decorate you," she says, "to make you more of a bedtime buffalo. We could drape you in rabbit fur and flannel and put a big pair of fuzzy slippers on your feet, and maybe some bows and ribbons on your tail, and some pink and yellow feathers. You'll look so cuddly she'll have to take you to bed. Oh, says Lumpy. What? Is there another option? Sure, we could break your tail. Just a small break near the end. Maybe we could use a hammer on it when nobody's looking, and then you'd be injured. The little girl would wrap your bottom up in toilet paper and masking tape and bring you to bed so you can get well. How about what if you pretend to get lost in the closet, suggested Lumpy. Then she'd take me, I bet. No, Stingray doesn't think that would work. I read something that you could try, pipes up Plastic, but it's not very nice. Okay, what? Lumpy wants to know. It's a trick. They use it in old TV commercials and science experiments. Subliminal messages. Ooh, submarine messages, cries Stingray. Why didn't I think of them before? What are they? Asked Lumpy. It's too complicated to explain, stalls Stingray. Isn't it, Plastic? Plastic pauses. Well, I can explain a little bit, she finally says. Oh, a little bit, sure. That we could do, says Stingray. Okay, you go ahead. I read that in supermarkets they used to have secret messages playing really quiet under music that people didn't know was playing, but their brains could hear. It would be messages that would say things like, buy sugar cereal, or you need to eat a lot of meat. Buy it here. The messages would get the shoppers to do what they said. But this isn't a supermarket, says Lumpy. Duh, says Plastic, but we could do like this. Stingray could whisper in the little girl's ear while she's asleep. And when the girl wakes up, she'll think whatever Stingray told her. Ooh. Stingray is silent for a moment. What if I whisper something like, don't eat your vegetables? Or sit in front of the TV all day like a giant wet noodle? What if my submarine message is, buy Stingray lots of presents? Will she really do whatever I say? Stingray asks. Plastic rolls to side to side nervously. Okay, forget I told you about it. It probably doesn't even work anyway. Yeah, but if it maybe works, I want to try it, Lumpy said. No, I shouldn't have mentioned it, says Plastic. It's a bad idea. Well, then how am I going to get on the bed, cries Lumpy, looking at those fluffy pillows from his spot on the rug. I have to get up there. Don't worry, says Stingray. I've done submarine messages lots of times before. I'll get you up there. It's hard to think about sharing the big high bed. In fact, Stingray doesn't want to share it at all. That evening, Stingray stays awake when the little girl falls to sleep. Bring Lumpy to bed. Bring Lumpy to bed. Bring Lumpy to bed. Bring Lumpy to bed. She whispers that long into the night. The next evening, after brushing her teeth and putting on her pajamas, the little girl lifts up Lumpy along with Stingray. Oh, the submarine messages worked! Lumpy is so excited. Cool white pillows, patchwork quilt, warm flannel sheets, private time. He could hardly believe it's true. But here's what happens up on the high bed. Not much. The girl's father reads 3 stories aloud. He sings a short lullaby. The girl kisses her father goodnight 4 times, and he turns out the light and leaves. Then the girl kisses Stingray and Lumpy, tucks them under the covers, and she goes right to sleep. Stingray goes to sleep too. Lumpy lies there and just stares at the ceiling. He stares at the clock, which glows in the dark. He stares at the curtains, which are blowing slightly from the breeze. He doesn't feel sleepy. Psst, Stingray, he whispers. Stingray doesn't answer. Stingray, he whispers again, this time nipping gently on her cheek. What? Stingray says, muddled. Want to play I Spy? It's dark. I can't spy anything right now. Oh, I need a drink of water, moaned Lumpy. No, you don't. Then I need another story. Will you tell me another story? No, I can't think of one right now, says Stingray. I'm trying to sleep. Ooh, want to sing a song together like Camptown Races? No. Just a little bit? I think it'll help me relax. Camped on racetrack, sing a song. Now, Stingray mumbles softly, doo-da, 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 and closes her eyes. Lumpy stares at the ceiling again. He stares at the clock. He stares at the curtains. He still doesn't feel sleepy. He crawls to the edge of the high bed and looks down. The toy mice are down playing leapfrog. Plastic is reading one of the big books and rolling slightly side to side. The one-eared sheep is laughing with the wooden rocking horse in the corner. Lumpy sighs and rearranges himself on the bed. The problem is he usually stays up late. This time of night, he likes to be doing stuff. You know, playing marbles or checkers or pickup sticks. Something. It's not his bedtime yet, not even close. Bonk. Lumpy jumps down. It hurts his bottom when he lands, but he doesn't mind. He is so happy to be down again. He kisses all 4 toy mice with his buffalo mouth and then trots over to Plastic and offers to watch her roll down the staircase. Every night after that, the little girl takes Lumpy to bed with her. Lumpy feels like he's got it made. All the importance and extra kisses of going to sleep on the high bed, and none of the boringness up there. He just waits until the girl's asleep, and then he hops down, bonk, and lives it up till midnight, when he very cleverly positions himself below the edge of the bed, so it looks like he fell off by mistake, and then he goes to sleep until morning. Stingray feels this behavior is disrespectful. You know, it's an honor to sleep on the high bed, Lumpy. You're not taking it seriously. She, Lumpy, and Plastic were watching cartoons in the living room while the little girl was at school. Well, I'm just not sleepy at 8 o'clock, says Lumpy. Fine then. Don't get up on the bed, says Stingray. Well, it's not like I have a choice now. The little girl takes me. She wants me, I guess, because of how much she loves me. When it's bedtime, explains Stingray, you're supposed to get in bed and stay there until morning. Why? Because people bigger than you want you to. Pipes up Plastic, that's why. Well, who knows the difference, Lumpy asks. The little girl doesn't know that I'm hopping down. I know, says Stingray, and I don't like it. What she doesn't know won't hurt her, and I'm not sleepy at 8 o'clock. Lumpy goes back to watching the television. Now, the little girl is no dummy. She notices Lumpy has been on the floor each morning by the side of the bed. One night, she gets a length of shiny green ribbon and ties it to his tail. She ties the other end of the ribbon to her bedpost. You won't fall out now, sweetie buffalo, she says, kissing his head an extra time to make up for all the bumps he must have suffered in his falls. Stingray, look at my tail, whispers Lumpy. Take the ribbon off. No. Why not? The girl wants you to have that ribbon. She goes to school. She knows what's best for you. I know what's best for me, says Lumpy, and this ribbon is not. Stingray wrinkles her nose. You got covered with peanut butter, and then you got covered with jam, and then cookie batter and hummus and soy sauce. You're always getting dirty. How is that someone who knows what's best? Well, I'm older now, says Lumpy. He walks to the edge of the bed, stretching the ribbon tightly. He leans forward and feels the pull on his tail. Stingray, help me, he cries. I'm tied up like a balloon. You wouldn't be if you stayed where you belonged. My tail is killing me, says Lumpy. Lying, of course. I need to get down. Be quiet or you'll wake the little girl. Stingray flips over and closes her eyes. Being tied up makes Lumpy feel frantic and panicked. The knots in the ribbon get tighter and tighter the more he pulls. He tugs harder and harder, grunting his buffalo grunts, and finally jumps off the edge of the bed with the ribbon still attached to his tail. There's no bonk, but Lumpy is upside down, tail side up, hanging in the air. Oh, he feels sick to his stomach. He tries to scramble back up the side of the bed, but he can't get his feet turned around the right way. He wiggles and tries to lift his head up to chew on the ribbon, but his body's not very flexible. He is stuck. Lumpy, It is Plastic rolling across the rug toward him. Why are you upside down? Untie me, cries Lumpy. I can't. No hands, says Plastic. Okay, pull me. Can't. No arms. Ugh, chew through the ribbon. No teeth, says Plastic. You know that's normal for a ball. Well, what can you do? Oh, I can bounce. Bounce me then, says Lumpy, please. Plastic rolls back to get a good start, and then she bounces herself hard at Lumpy, banging him against the side of the bed. Harder, cries Lumpy. So Plastic bounces harder. And again. Really hard bounce. There is a ripping sound. You're breaking the ribbon. Keep going. Plastic does, and there's another ripping sound. Again, I'm almost down. One more bounce, and Lumpy crashes to the ground. Bonk. He lands on his bottom just like before. Only this time it feels different. It feels like something is missing. And something is. Lumpy looks up at the unbroken ribbon dangling from the top of the high bed, and something short and chocolate brown and rather good-looking is attached to it. Oh, is that my tail? Cries Lumpy. Says Plastic. Yeah, it probably might be. Oh, I need it. Lumpy is in tears. There. What will I do without it? There. Oh, I need it very badly. Well, what for? Plastic wants to know. Lumpy sniffs back his tears, and he actually tries to think of an answer. Well, actually, you kind of look tougher without it, says Plastic kindly. Really? Oh, yeah, none of the tough buffaloes have tails. Now, Plastic, of course, is telling a lie. I read it in an animal book. They don't? Oh, no, it's the tough buffalo fashion. Lumpy thinks for a minute. Who needs a tail anyway? Well, I don't, says Plastic. I don't either then, says Lumpy bravely. About an hour later, while Lumpy is showing his tail stuck to Tuk-Tuk in the bathroom, Plastic hears a noise from on top of the high bed. It sounds like whispering. It sounds like Stingray. It sounds an awful lot like a submarine message. Lumpy. Can't quite hear. The next day, the little girl wraps Lumpy's bottom in toilet paper and masking tape to help it feel better. But she does not take him to bed with her that night. In fact, she never takes him to bed again. Lumpy doesn't mind, though. He is leapfrogging and laughing and listening to Tuk-Tuk explain about hand lotion and dental floss. He is staying up late because, after all, he is not sleepy at 8. And that is the end of Chapter 5. Tune in tomorrow for Chapter 6, which is called It is Difficult to Find the Right Birthday Present. Have a fantastic Tuesday, Parkrow Manor. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.